Hey yo, what up everybody? For those that don't know who I am, allow me to introduce myself. For those that already know who I am, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jordan Phoenix, but y'all can just call me JP for short. And you are now watching/listening to JPWR. That's Jordan's Pro Wrestling Reviews. Now today I'll be covering the latest episode of Friday Night Smackdown from November 18th. And we had it all tonight, man, from attempted murder to intense romances, family quarrels. But I'm gonna save that for later on in the video, man. So if y'all wanna find out what happened, stay tuned. It's fight night. We kick the show off with the Brawling Brutes accompanied by Drew McIntyre, and they talk about their upcoming War Games match with the Bloodline. But basically, Sheamus just mentions their 20-year rivalry. He mentions how they were best friends, him and McIntyre, and McIntyre was actually his best man for his wedding too. So, congrats to Sheamus for him and his wife. I hope you all have a happy marriage and a happy life. And we got a new word, broody, and then we got broody chants, which is basically their equivalent to Uzi. But I'm not really feeling the broody. They should just keep the whole Uzi thing. I feel like they're trying to milk it too much at this point. But basically, nothing much from this promo. At least the beginning of it, like I said, it's just Sheamus and Drew McIntyre just having one intense bromance of Sheamus just appreciating everything about McIntyre, because he's like, although we've hated each other, we've also respected each other. So, good on them. But anyways, the promo is then interrupted by Sami Zayn. So the honorary Uce, Sami Zayn, comes out and he doesn't really state much. Basically, he's just talking about the whole War Games match as well and how the Bloodline is going to prevail and all that. And he was welcomed by Uzi chants, of course. Uzi is him. Sami and the Uzi chants are the most over thing right now, so I give props to Sami. If they don't have Cody Rhodes dethrone Roman Reigns, I can definitely see it being Sami Zayn. But anyways, Sheamus then hits at the final member of their War Games team, and he says it'll be somebody that Sami is, very well known with, And that's about it. And I forgot to mention that Sheamus also referred to Drew as his brother, so that'll be interesting to see how they interact later on in their careers. We then get a little vignette that states that Bray Wyatt is here to make amends. But do y'all want to know what he said? Stay tuned. Now here we go, kicking off the show with some cruiserweight action. And I must say this was match of the night in my opinion, man. Ricochet and Ali tore the house down. But this was a phenomenal match in every way to me. A great little TV match. Ricochet was trying to talk Ali out of the match because he was like, man, you're hurt, I don't want to do this. And it kind of made me laugh because I'm like, man, you just want him to give up. But basically, this is for the first round of the World Cup where the winner will receive a IC championship shot, if I'm not mistaken, against Walter. Well, his name is Gunther, but he's still Walter to me, so let's just see how it goes. Anyways, Ricochet picked up the win with a phenomenal sunset flip, giving him the pinfall victory. And like I said, match of the night, man. I had loved every bit of this match. And Ricochet showed a little sportsmanship at the end, helping his old buddy Ali back to the back of the ring. And I honestly thought that Ali was going to turn heel, because when I was watching Smackdown, it honestly sounded like Ali was getting a little bit of booze to me. I don't know why nobody's feeling his little push. I feel like they're trying to book him as the underdog, but maybe they just need to let Ali do his thing, because he does need some type of redemption after how they did him with Retribution. So let's see what's next for Ali. And here we go with the family quarrel that I mentioned earlier. Basically, the Bloodline, well, Jay is tripping at Sami Zayn because he's like, we don't know who their fifth member is. But when you're the Bloodline, man, you're not supposed to be worried about who the fifth member is, because the Bloodline is on top, supposedly. So nothing really major from this backstage promo. It's just them, they were building the Jay Sami feud some more, because they still have the tension between them. And then Jimmy and Sami did a little secret handshake and solo shit's there. So nothing major from that. We didn't get the New Day in the interview backstage where they're addressing their defeat against the Usos, and because the Usos are now the longest reigning champions in WWE history. But nothing major from this backstage segment, because Imperium came and interfered, and then it's gonna lead to a match later on in tonight where the New Day had to find a new partner. So who is it, man? Is Big E coming back, or who do y'all think it is? Stay tuned. Jumping right into the second match of the night with Madcap Moss taking on Karrion Kross. Before the match though, Emma came out to give Madcap Moss a little motivation. As she stated, use your speed to your advantage. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw that Emma and Madcap are actually a thing. They're a real couple in real life. So, congrats to them. Hopefully everything works out well. But anyways, on with the match. jumping into the action, we start off strong as well. Madcap Moss starts off strong, I should say, because he takes him his advice and uses his speed to his advantage, and it was working at first. But of course, Karrion Kross stood tall, of course, with the interference of Scarlett as well. And I want to know, man, have y'all been feeling Karrion Kross's run so far ever since he came back? Let me know down below. We didn't get Bray Wyatt's promo finally, and nothing major from this. It's just still the same Bray Wyatt stuff, in my opinion, where he just comes out and cuts a promo. But he basically cuts a promo about apologizing to LA Knight for headbutting him. And I do also want to mention, before the promo started, they did mention a match between Rhea Ripley and Asuka next week on Monday Night Raw for a winner's advantage match. So, but y'all will see that in my review coming then. But yeah, man, Bray Wyatt just goes on about the same thing about how he's a changed man. And then LA Knight comes out and he does his LA Knight things. Yeah. Our boy LA Knight accepts Bray's apology, but only after slapping the taste out of his mouth. Yeah, but yeah, so he basically slaps Bray, well, cheap shots him, and Bray then threatens him but offers a handshake to say, hey, now we're even. But what does LA Knight do? He cheap shots him again, and after he slapped him the second time, he awoke. I call it the dark side of Bray, and we've seen some dark. We've seen Bray burn things. We've seen him do lots of other dark stuff. So let's see what happens to LA Knight later on in the show. They then show a little recap of the whole situation with Shotzi and Ronda and Shayna, and that's about it, because this basically leads into Shotzi versus Shayna. So let's get into it. Before their match, though, we get a backstage segment with the Usos confronting Kross and Scarlett, and they basically try to interrogate him, saying like, hey, we know you're the 5th member of the Brawling Brutes team. And it didn't make sense to me, because y'all know the beef Kross and McIntyre have, so why would he join, why would he join the Brawling Brutes and McIntyre? But basically, Kross tells them like, hey, I don't care about the War Games match. And he's like, hey, I'm coming after Roman, but only on my time, and that's about it. I also forgot to mention that Bray Wyatt was in the background of the backstage segment, and he was tripping out, man. But what does he do? Does he get revenge, or does he let it go? Stay tuned to find out. Back to Shotzi versus Shayna, though. Nothing major from this match. Ronda interfered. Of course, she interfered a few times, causing Raquel Rodriguez to come out, Shotzi's partner, coming to the rescue. And Shotzi got the win, so, congrats to Shotzi. I know that's kind of a hard decision to make, because we both want Shayna and Shotzi to succeed. But I understand it, because you want Shotzi to look strong going into her match at War Games. But it's also leading up to a match, a tag match next week with Raquel and Shotzi taking on Shayna and Ronda. So let's see how it goes next week. We didn't get a backstage segment with LA Knight as they're trying to find answers of why he did what he did to Bray Wyatt. But who's that looming in the background, man? I think LA Knight's messed up, man. He's done ticked off the wrong person. So let's see what happens to him. And this is what we come back to. LA Knight laid out backstage, and we already know it was Bray Wyatt, man. So, well, actually, no face, no case. We don't know who it was. So, yeah, Bray Wyatt tried to kill this man. But are y'all feeling this Bray Wyatt LA Knight feud? I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about it, because they both are coming back and they're just starting out. So we don't want, Bray to beat LA Knight, then that kills his momentum, or it'd be the opposite, where LA Knight takes out Bray Wyatt, then that kills his momentum. But I honestly think that Bray is going to stand tall from this feud, of course. But then again, never say never in the world of professional wrestling. So let's see where this feud goes. Continuing with the action, we get the New Day versus Imperium. And who's their mystery partner? It's the monster among monsters, formerly known as the monster among men, Braun Strowman himself. And this match was alright. A brawl ensued before the match started. Then everybody finally got in the ring, and then the match finally started. One thing I didn't like from this match, though, was the way they were having Gunther look. Well, I'm going to call him Walter. The way they were having Walter look. Walter was acting scared of Braun Strowman. This is the ring general, and last time I checked, Imperium is a stable that's supposed to represent honor in professional wrestling, and honor doesn't involve running away like a coward, especially when you're somebody like Walter. So I don't know why they're booking him like a coward. But that's about it, man. Braun and the New Day picked up the win, of course, and I think it's obvious that Braun is going to end up winning the World Cup, and we might get Braun versus Walter. So are y'all feeling that? Do y'all like the whole Braun and Walter feud? Do y'all think Braun has been doing good ever since he came back? Let me know. Main event time, we got Sami Zayn taking on Butch, but I'm not going to call him Butch because his name is still Pete Dunne to me. So, yeah, man, I don't like all these name changes. I'm surprised Triple H hasn't changed it back yet. But anyways, nothing major from this match in my opinion. Like I said, match of the night for me was Ricochet versus Ali. And basically, they fought. And then, of course, the Bloodline and the Brutes start to brawl. And Pete Dunne got the win. So that was a nice decision, phenomenal decision. So I honestly thought that Sammy was gonna get the win, but I think we're gonna start getting the destruction of the bloodline at War Games, because I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy takes the pin. Because let's say the Brawling Brutes win, I think Sammy's gonna get the pin, and then they're gonna be mad at Sammy, and that's gonna start leading up to the destruction of the bloodline. But anyways, yeah, that's about it for the main event. Here we go, the final stretch. After Pete Dunne gets his victory against Sami Zayn, what happens? A brawl ensues, of course. You know, this is the go-home show before War Games. But basically, the tribal chief finally arrives to the building, and what does he do? He comes and he cleans house, and he's also accompanied by Paul Heyman. And what happens next? And who is the fifth member? It's none other than Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is now the fifth member of the Brawling Brutes team for War Games. And I gotta admit, man, I was honestly shocked because I wasn't expecting to be Kevin. I knew everybody was saying, oh, it's Kevin Owens, it's Kevin Owens. I was honestly expecting it to be Tyler Bate, because I was like, maybe Tyler Bate is going to make his main roster debut finally and, you know, go on from there. But I guess they're going to keep him down there in NXT for the time being. And Kevin Owens came, did his thing. You know, he hit a stunner for the Roman Reigns. But the show basically ends with the Brawling Brutes standing tall. And who do y'all think is going out with the W for this War Games match? Do y'all think it's going to be the Bloodline or Team Brawling Brutes? I honestly think it's going to be Brawling Brutes, because like I said earlier in the video, I think Sammy is going to cost them to lose the match, and that's going to start building up the destruction of the Bloodline all the way up to WrestleMania. So let's just see how it goes. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my review of the latest episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Thank you for all the people that made it all the way out to this video. It means a lot to me. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because that'll help me out. And like I always say in my outros, is there anything out there that y'all want to do in life? Go out and do it, man. We're not getting any younger, and anything is possible if you put your mind to it and surround yourself with the right people. Anything is possible. And if nobody supports you, darn it, I'm here to support you. But with that said, y'all be safe. Have a good one. JP out. And I also want to point out that if there's anybody out there who hasn't followed me on Twitter already, make sure to check out my Twitter, because I post updates on there as well. And that's about it, man. I'm not going to ramble on with this outro. So with that said, y'all have a good one once again. Thank you for watching.